are going to be waiting while people are coming on. But as we're waiting, so I say we have a very, very special program today, talking about mental health. And as you may know, or you may have heard me talking about before, last year, our mental health module was the most appreciated module of the entire year of 2023. So it shows how much youth are so focused on mental health. It's an issue that is not talked about in many countries. Sometimes it's even taboo to talk about if you're feeling depressed or if you're feeling unhappy or challenged or you're struggling in your life. And it's great to know that everyone feels the same way. Every person, regardless of country, culture, religion, everything, we all face the same issues of wanting to have peace, harmony, and joy in our lives. And we have experts here to talk to you about that today who have actually written a book about how to achieve peace, harmony, and joy. And to me, there's really no higher goal than that, to have balance in your life, to be able to think about the issues that cause you any kind of frustration and to take them head on. It seems like achieving mental health, achieving joy is actually a skill set. It's almost like an athletic exercise. You have to practice. You have to practice, and you have to be thinking about it consciously, and then having skills to put in place when as in your daily life. So we're going to wait just a few more minutes, then we're going to introduce our speakers today. I'm especially excited about this because I think that you're going to get such a great benefit. I have read the book, Peace, Harmony, Joy, that we're going to be talking about today, and I relaxed just listening to it. I said, wow, there's so many pearls of wisdom in this book about daily life and how to live your life that you're going to hear today from the source, from the two authors. So we're so happy to have all of you. We'll wait for about 2 more minutes. We'll wait till about 9:05, and then we'll get started. But we see some of our colleagues here. Ray, would you like to name some of the countries if you see in the chat box? Ray or Azim, tell us some of the countries who are calling in today.
Yep, we have people from Afghanistan. I see Nigeria. I see Kazakhstan. I see Japan. I see Zambia. I see Indonesia, Ghana, Papua New
Liberia,
Guinea. Yep.
Sri Lanka, I think
Sri
I just saw.
Lanka, Pakistan, Armenia, Liberia. We have people from all over the world.
Yes, this is great. And for the Kectil, we also have Kectil board members on with us today on the webinar. I will just introduce them, but they can just wave and say hello so that we can get into our session. We have Azim Youssef from Pakistan, board member. Okay, we have Ahmad coming in from Afghanistan. Okay, Alexandra from Ukraine, Goharik from Armenia, Enable Khan from Nigeria, and of course, Ray from Burma, Myanmar, as it's referred to now. And as I said, I'm Sherry Knowles. I'm the founder of the program. It's wonderful to have you with us today. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. We have two just wonderful people who are here today to help guide us through our mission of achieving peace, harmony, and joy in our lives, which is probably the highest mission there is. So with us today, first, Scott Frank, who's Wow, been a colleague and friend of mine now for over 25 years. Um, really a fantastic person. I think he has a finger in so many pies. It's actually hard to introduce him, but in his corporate life, he's the president and CEO of AT&T Intellectual Property, which is the world's largest telecommunication country. He's in charge of patents, trademarks, copyrights for this huge telecommunication network. As you know, this month, this module that we're focusing on now is on entrepreneurial exercises and innovation. And Scott, in his day job, deals with entrepreneurship and innovation on a daily basis, but he's not here, of course, to talk to us about that today. He's also the founder of the Global IP Alliance. And so Scott has already shown that he wants to reach out to every corner of the world to connect them on intellectual property matters, and has created a huge organization and gotten together lawyers, practitioners, inventors from all over the world in this global IP alliance. He's just recruited me onto the board of this, and I'm very happy to be there and happy to help in any way I can. And now he is a co-author of the book we're going to be talking about today on peace, harmony, and joy, which I love. Our second very special guest today is Yossi Lerman. He is the rabbi of Shabbat Enrichment Center of Gwinnett. He's very involved with the community here in Atlanta in the United States, as well as I'm sure globally, talking about issues that can affect people all over the world. And he is a co-author of the book that we're going to be talking about today. Ray and I had a 1-hour talk with Scott and Yossi about this book. And as I told both of them, this is a book you don't want to read one time. You actually want to read it several times. You want to keep it next to your bed, or you want to keep it on your iPhone and just keep listening to it, because happiness is a skill. It's an acquired skill. It's not something you're born with. It's something that you have to practice. You have to practice it on a daily basis. So I am going to now turn it over to Scott and Yossi, and I'm going to ask first, why did you write this book? Okay, tell me how it all started and why you two wanted to get together to write it.
All right, well, I'll kick it off. First, I just want to say it's an honor and a pleasure to be with all of you today. My heart reaches out to each and every one of you. I know in many of your countries you're having some serious challenges with politics and wars and other things that can cause a lot of stress and make life rather difficult. I applaud you for being with us today. I applaud you. For being a part of this organization. So excited to see what Sherry has brought together. I mean, this is extraordinary to see so many amazing people from all over the world, and I just I'm happy today to try to do my little part to try to help you have a wonderful life, because you are special, you are unique, you are important, and that's the reason we wrote the book. Honestly, for people like you, honestly, for every single person on this planet, we believe everybody here is here for a reason. It's not by accident, and you have different situations, you have different things you have to deal with, and you're in different parts of the globe. At the same time, we truly believe everybody deserves is here to have a peaceful and harmonious and joyful life. However, they don't teach this when you're a little kid. They don't teach you this in school. Most parents don't teach this to their children. This is not something that if for whatever reason is easily to accessible knowledge. And I will just simply say that I learned a lot of what I know from personal experience. I did go to seminars. I read a lot of books. I participated in things like this where I heard speakers. And so I learned a lot of it that way. You should know that Yossi is a rabbi, and he learned a lot of his through scripture. and through religious leaders who taught him. And one of the things I think that really struck us as we were talking, and we've known each other for over a decade. You should know we've given workshops for over a decade, and we've learned a lot from our workshops. And one of the things we learned was, and we didn't initially start out to reduce stress and have more joy in people's lives. We were just trying to help people deal with anxiety and deal with situations. But one of the things we learned was that we both thought of the approach to life in a very similar way, but from very different perspectives. And I think that's one of the things that makes our approach very unique. The words peace, harmony, and joy may seem very basic. However, as Sherry said in our book, there's lots of depth in there that is a combination of spiritual and just real life experience that we have learned over the years, and that you felt like we needed to share with the world. And we've sold a lot of books. We've talked to a lot of people, and we simply want to help as many people on this planet as we can. And it's such an honor, and again, a pleasure to be with each of you today. And hopefully you will get something today that helps you, even if it's something little. But hopefully there'll be many things. By the way, you should know our book. If you're interested in our book, it is on Amazon.com, and it's called Less Stress, More Joy, the Peace, Harmony, and Joy Approach. So that's my theory on why we wrote the book. Yossi, what's your thoughts on why we wrote the book?
Hello, everyone. I'm speaking to you from Atlanta, Georgia, and thank you very much, Sherry, for inviting us. This is so special. The only word that comes to mind is wow. And of course, when I think of you and each one of you, I think of how special you are. And you're also in a very special time in your life. And I'm here to, just because I'm a little older than you and have a few more experiences than you, that's why I'm here to help you make some good decisions. Because decisions that you'll make now will practically affect your entire life. So great to be here with you. Let's talk about emotional and mental well-being, because after all, really, that's why I'm here, and why I wrote the book is I just wanted to be the best I could be. And I noticed that when I'm getting nervous, and when I'm anxious, and when I'm angry, and when I am feeling a resentment, all those negative feelings were just draining me. And I couldn't be the best I could be. And so I really wanted to do something about it, to figure this out. I want to work on a maximum level of 100%. How do I deal with it? And so that's really how I came to this point, and I'm just so happy and thrilled to be here with you.
Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Yossi. It's our great pleasure. It's our honor to have you here today. I've already learned a lot by reading the book one time. I know you have a slide deck that you want to go through, and I think Ray is going to share the screen. So, Ray, if you want to do that, and Scott and Yossi, if you want to take us through that, and then I have questions, and I know the youth on the phone, on the Zoom, will also have lots of questions and comments for you.
Thank you, Sherry. So what you see, the title is Less Stress, More Joy. It's not all stress, all joy. It's just less stress, more joy, the peace, harmony, and joy approach. And if we can even help you have 1% less stress and 1% more joy out of this session, then we feel like we've accomplished a lot. We believe truly that we were put on this planet to honestly have as much joy as possible. If you look at all the beauty on this planet, you just look at nature, you look at all the people that surround us, and it really is a paradise. And we truly believe we were put here to enjoy the paradise as much as we could with ourselves and with others, and that's really the goal. However, it's really hard to enjoy things when you're anxiety ridden, right? If you have lots of stress, again, it can be from politics, it can be from wars, it can be from, job, it can be from family, it can be from so many things. And the reality of it is, many of you, I can tell you, many people on this planet are not even thinking about joy. They're just trying to figure out how to survive. And that's real. And that's something that we are really, truly trying to help people with. But we also truly believe that we can help you not only survive, but to thrive and to truly feel joyful moments throughout the day, and hopefully, many, many joyful moments throughout, the day and weeks and months and years. And that's the goal, to really, truly be all you can be. We truly believe that you should be experiencing as much joy as possible. But again, they don't teach you this in school. They don't teach you this, in many places. And we just are happy that we are going to share our approach to how you can hopefully not just survive, but to thrive and feel more joy consistently. Yossi, anything else you want to say about before we get into the slides?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. So again, it's the peace, harmony, and joy approach, and we're going to show you how to kind of, in a strategic manner, have more joy in your life. But let's get to the next slide, please. So here's the deal, and Sherry talked about it earlier. Joy is a state of mind, and what's interesting about the life that we each live, there's lots of things we can't control. You cannot control the politics. You cannot control the wars. Lots of things that people do, you can't control these things. You just, there's so many things out of your control. However, one thing you actually have tremendous control over, and again, they don't teach you this in school. They don't teach you this. This is not something that most people really truly understand and aware of, but it's real. And Sherry touched on it. If you work on it, almost like a muscle, and you exercise it, you can truly develop it. But it's your mind, and you know about your mind in terms of knowledge. Your mind is powerful in terms of helping you to achieve things. But what you may not appreciate, and if you do, hopefully you'll have a greater appreciation, is how powerful your mind is into how you feel. And it is just this amazing, has this amazing impact on you. So you can't control what happens to you. You can't control all the world. You may be able to influence it, but you really have full control over your mind and how you feel. And this is really important, because if you want to be successful, if you want to have a great life, you really need to feel good. And we truly believe, and we are real life experiences. We have lots of people that we've helped that are truly living this. This is real. So before we get into it, we want to do a little exercise with you to just show you how powerful your mind is. All right. So the first thing we want you to do is close your eyes. All right. Hopefully everybody's eyes are closed. And we want you to think about something, or actually you can think of many things that stress you out, that cause you anxiety. Think about things it could be politics, it could be war, it could be your job, it could be family life. It can be anything, but we just think about these things that stress you out. Just they're there, they're real, and just take a moment to just think about them. You don't have to be happy about them, but just think about them. Just put them, just be real with them. They are in your life, and just think about them here. Just these things that cause stress. Just why are they here? What are they doing to you? The impact they have on life. Just think about how they stress you out, how they make you feel. Just think about them. Just take them in. All right. Give you one more minute, or one more moment, actually. All right. Okay. Now, open your eyes and think about how that made you feel. Did it cause stress in you? Did it make your back tighten up? Did did it make you feel sad? Just think about that for a moment, and maybe into the chat window, maybe just share with us a little bit of how those things made you feel. All right. Not seeing any chats, but we'll assume here it
No.
comes.
Yeah. And it may be that, Scott, that those feelings are so personal that people are even scared to share them. You know, that's
Fair.
important too. That
It's
I
fair.
think the fact that you don't get a lot of comments means that there's this barrier that you feel like you're not supposed to share your stress or verbalize your stress, right?
That's fair. And again, we're not trying to get into your personal life, but we are trying to share with each other kind of the feelings that stress causes. Thank you for everybody who is sharing.
And
All
Scott,
right. Yes, Yossi.
just a thought about stress, and that stress actually shuts you down. It closes you, and you don't really feel like talking. You feel like you're sinking. And
Mhm.
so that is a big definition here. What we're going to talk about is stress or negative feelings that actually drain you and shut you down, versus what you're going to feel in a moment is joy, which is actually an opener. It allows
you,
you
Yossi.
to go do more, open more.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you. And
And
so
the
I just want to,
first step,
yeah.
you know, I would
Yes,
just say
James.
the first step sometimes to stress is admitting to yourself what your stress is. You know, you have to admit it to yourself before you can even admit it to anyone else. So there's another part of the process. You have to identify where your stress points are coming from.
Yeah, that's a huge point. And I just want to share some of what we have in here. Maybe feel sad. Knot in my tongue. And let's see here. It made my heart start beating fast. Hard to talk about. These are great thoughts, and thanks for sharing them. I think the bottom line is everybody feels different when you have stress. People talking about their school makes you feel anxious. Yes, these are great thoughts. So it makes you feel lonely. Again, all these different impacts stress can have on your life. So again, we wanted you to feel that. All right, now Yossi was giving you kind of the heads up on the next exercise. So now we want you to close your eyes again. And we want you to think about things that are beautiful. Think about things that are wonderful in your life. It can be a nature walk. It can be your family. It can be um, just something, playing a sport. It can be your friends. Think about things that actually make you happy. It can be participating in one of Sherry Knowles' Kectil conversations. Think about things that bring happiness to your life, that just put a smile, that are beautiful. Just take a moment and think about this, and just think about just how wonderful they are, and how they make you smile, and just take those in, and just think about some of those things that are in your life. Everybody's got those, hopefully, and just think about them for a moment. All right. One more moment. Okay. Now, if you would, again, in the chat, maybe share a little bit of how those made you feel. There they come. All right. Felt calm, was smiling. All right. Any other thoughts that anybody wants to share? Again, I know these are personal. And if you'd like to share. There we go. Happy, accomplished, more relaxed, positive, hopeful, confident. Happy. Yeah, made me feel good. All right. So here's what we're trying to share with you and trying to get you to appreciate. Think about how you felt in like 60 seconds when I put all these kind of negative thoughts into your head, how it made your body feel. And that was just your mind making your body feel something. And then all of a sudden, I just started telling you to think about different good thoughts, positive thoughts. And it's amazing how your mind again made your body feel things. And we love this exercise because it proves how powerful your mind is. In a matter of moments, you can go from feeling happy to happy to sad. Your mind has so much control over how you feel. And that's really what peace, harmony, and joy is all about. It's about recognizing how powerful your mind is. Again, you can't control all these things outside world. You may be able to influence them some, but you can fully control how you experience them, how you live your life, and how you feel. And that's what we're going to try to help you with, because this is not something that is, again, generally known, generally taught, generally understood. But our goal is to teach it to you so you can teach it to others. And think about it. If everybody on this planet felt good, felt happy, felt positive, felt joy, think how that would be the ripple effect of how the whole planet would feel good together. And maybe there'd be less wars, less bickering, less stress. Think about how we could all live better lives together. And that's ultimately the goal, to have peace on earth. All right, next slide, please. All right, so again, what if you could have less stress and more joy every day? What would that look like? Think about that. We just experienced it for just a couple of minutes, but think about if you could reduce the stressors and increase the joys, 1%, 2%, 3% every day. If you think about if you could get to 75, 80%, 90% of your day feeling joyful, I mean, that's the goal. 100% is maybe asking too much, but that would be the ultimate goal. Next slide, please. All right. So here's the thing. We talk about peace, harmony, and joy. We talked earlier about how we truly believe everybody, is on this planet. We're all special, all unique. We're all important. We're all here. We truly believe to enjoy this beautiful planet Earth. We believe is a paradise, and to truly enjoy it, to have as much joy every day within ourselves and with others. How do you get to joy every day? How do you get to joy many times throughout the day? Well, we believe peace is the foundation. And when we say peace is the foundation, think about this. If you're constantly feeling anxiety, if you're feeling stress, if you're just trying to survive, it is really hard to feel much joy. However, if you can calm down, if you can find a way to just feel peace within yourself, feel relaxed, feel like you did when we were talking about happy things. If you can just get that foundation in place, you are now positioning yourself for a lot of joy. And here's some examples of ways to feel it. One is gratitude. And what is gratitude? Gratitude is appreciating things. You may not have everything perfect. You may not have everything you want. However, you have food. Hopefully you have family. You're hopefully able to gain knowledge and develop yourself towards a great career, towards having a great life. Have gratitude for being a part of Kectil, for knowing Sherry Knowles. There's all these things. If you take the time to think about the things you do have, it's amazing how you can feel at peace with yourself. Humility. Humility is about appreciating that the world's not about just giving us things. It's about it's about us helping others. And we are again so fortunate to be here. And it is a miracle, if you think about it, that we are here. Our ancestors had to come together, and many generations. I mean, we're almost like it's a miracle that we're here. And when you think about it that way, it's hard not to celebrate a miracle. Each of us is a miracle. And when you think about it that way, it's easy to have humility. So appreciate your miracle and all the other miracles in your life. Resilience. Resilience is about all the things that are happening around you, appreciating that they are happening for a reason. So many people think when bad things happen to them that they have bad luck or bad fortune. They think they're unlucky. They feel bad. They feel like there's something wrong. If you can look at your life at every single thing that happens to you, whether it's good or bad, it actually is good. It is if something good happens, obviously you like it. But if something bad happens, think about why it may have happened. And a lot of people have the same bad things happen to them in different types of experiences. If you believe in the universe and the spirit, you might believe that they're trying to teach you lessons. But whether you believe in that or not, we encourage you to look at everything that happens in your life as a learning experience, as a way to grow yourself and to live your best life, and not to think of it as something bad, but actually every single thing that happens to you is something that can help you be better in the future. And that's called resiliency. Mind, body. And this is what we just experienced with the little experiment that we did. Recognize that your mind has so much control over your body. And when you're feeling stress, take the time to think about what's going on. Again, what we just did for that little experience, you can do that anytime. If you're feeling stressed out, take 60 seconds, take 5 minutes to think about happy things, and you'll just feel the stress just evaporate out of your body. It's amazing how you can do that anytime, anywhere, and you can feel the mind impact the body. It's amazing how much control we actually have, again, over how we feel, and getting more in tune with your body is such an important thing. Meditation is a way to do this also. Some of you may meditate. Strongly encourage you to do it. There's lots of ways to meditate. There's lots of breathing techniques. There's other things, but it's amazing how when you meditate, when you concentrate on your breathing, how you can feel peace and calm inside your body. And completion is another example. Completion is about you're working on something. It's amazing how many times we feel stressed when we have deadlines, when we have projects, when we have things to work on. I think when you can tell yourself that, first off, that you can do this, you've got time, you'll finish it. It's no need to stress out about it. But even more importantly, recognizing that even if you're up against the deadline, you're doing the best you can. We encourage people not to procrastinate. Try to do things early so that you don't feel the stress of deadlines. But just working on it the best you can, and not necessarily letting it take over your body just because you've got something that needs to be completed. And by the way, you can actually complete something when it's not completed. A lot of people have like to-do lists, and they get stressed out when everything on their to-do list is not getting completed. Guess what? You can cross something off and say, I'm going to move it to next week. That actually is completing it for today and moving it to the right time the next week or the next month. So there's lots of ways to feel completion, but it's amazing. And these are just some examples. The book has many, many more. These are just some examples of ways that you can find peace in yourself and foundation and position yourself to have joyful experiences. All right, next slide, please. Harmony. So we talk about joy, we talk about peace. Harmony, we've learned is the key to bridge the two together. So you're calm, great. That's your body's feeling good, great. You want to have joy, that's the goal. You want to be feeling that wonderful experience that we felt during that little experiment that we did. But if you want to have it consistently, you need to feel harmony. And harmony is about understanding yourself. It's, again, understanding that each of you, every single one of you, is special. Every one of you is important. You're not here by accident on this planet. You're not here in this meeting by accident. We're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose. We all have special talents. We all have special gifts. All of us are different. And if we were all the same, think about an orchestra. If everybody played the same instrument, wouldn't sound very good. what makes an orchestra sound so good is that everybody in there is playing different instruments or playing different parts of the music. That's what makes, beautiful harmony and makes the world a beautiful place. And it's when you recognize that you are here for a reason, you've got special music that you can play, then you are starting to understand how you can have harmony in your life. One element of harmony is discovery. And the book talks about a number of ways to discover your gifts and your talents. We encourage people to think about what they like to do when they were a child. We call this active remembering. When you were a child, you may have liked to color, you may have liked to cook, you may have liked to write poetry, you may have all these different things, right? And for whatever reason, maybe your parents told you that wasn't, what you should be doing. Maybe your friends told you that wasn't cool. Maybe as you started going through school, your teachers told you that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what boys do. That's not what girls do. Go back to thinking about what you truly enjoyed when you were a child. It's amazing how many of the clues to a wonderful, harmonious life are back from your childhood, when you didn't worry about what other people thought about you, when you weren't worried about making money, when you were just trying to just enjoy every day. And by the way, if you think about the most joyful people, they're children. Children aren't stressed out. Children are just having fun. They're curious. They're loving life. They can't wait to get out of bed every morning. Try to think like a child. Talents and gifts. Again, all of us have them. And, I think that the point here is simply, you've got many talents and gifts. Encourage you to think about them, to write them down. Encourage you to ask your friends and your family what they see in you. Encourage you to try new things. And you'll be amazed how many things exist in this world that you actually would really enjoy. And by the way, that you really be talented at. So many people are scared to try new things. By the way, trying new things actually helps you, positions you to have more peace, harmony, and joy in yourself, because you aren't stuck. You are actually growing as a person. So continuously ask yourself, what are my gifts? What are my talents? By the way, work on them and grow them. A lot of people have talents and gifts, and they don't understand that when something doesn't go right with them, that doesn't mean you should stop. Actually, it means you should learn from it and you should grow. So many people are afraid to develop their talents and gifts and try new things because of fear. And we actually encourage you to run to your fears, to embrace your fears. Fears oftentimes your best growth opportunities, and encourage you to try new things and continue to challenge yourself to be all you can be. Ask yourself questions. Ask yourself, like, what makes me feel good? What would it be like to do that? Just all these different questions. What is it like what is that person doing out there? When you see someone else doing it, like, why are they doing it? Talk to them. There's so many different people, so many different ways to learn. Ask questions and nurture. Again, when you've got something, you've got a gift, something special, other people may not understand it. Other people may not be able to even help you with it, but treat it like a gift and nurture it and try to make the most of it. Try to maximize it. So that's harmony. When you've got peace and you're calm and you are aware of your best stuff and actually living your best talents and your best gifts, your best life, then you've positioned yourself for joyful experience. You're being your best self. But here's the thing. Go to the next slide, please. Just because you're calm and just because you're utilizing your talents and gifts doesn't guarantee you're going to have joy. Because here's the deal. So many people are calm and are utilizing their talents, but they're actually not having joy. And the reason is they're not in the moment. They're worrying, like, what happened last time I messed up when I was doing this? What are people what were people saying about me? Or what happens if I mess up in the future? What are people going to think of me? Be in the moment. Be in the moment with all of your special talents and gifts. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. Be in the moment. And being in the moment also includes not multitasking. How many times have you maybe been doing something that you enjoy, but you're reading your emails or you're listening to the TV. You know, you can't enjoy anything if you're not focusing in on it. This goes to family conversations, conversations with your friends. If you want to enjoy them, connect with them. Don't be thinking about other things. What am I going to have for dinner tonight? What about that test tomorrow? Don't be again while you're talking to them, checking your emails or texting or watching TV. Be in the moment with people in your life. You will be amazed how enjoyable the experiences will be compared to the way they were when you were multitasking. Appreciating things is another way to feel joy. Again, we talked about gratitude earlier in terms of a way to feel calm, but appreciating it in the moment is a whole nother element. You know, just like this experience that you're in with us right now, this Kectil experience that Sherry Knowles has created for us, you know, hopefully everybody's feeling calm. Hopefully everybody, you know, is feeling that they are supposed to be here. This is a gift, and this is part of their harmony. But hopefully you're appreciating it. And when you're in the moment, when you're truly listening to what I'm saying, when you're truly like taking it in and appreciating the gift that I'm trying to give to you, it's amazing how you can feel the joy within yourself. And as Yossi was touching on it earlier, when you feel joy, when you truly feel it, it energizes you. It positions you to just have like just all this power, this ability to just like do amazing things, almost like Superman or Superwoman. You can now conquer the earth. You can truly make the impact on this planet that you want to make. And that's what peace, harmony, and joy is all about. Next slide, please. All right. Now, I've just told you what it is. Yossi's going to walk you through kind of a real life experience that hopefully you will be able to connect with. Yossi.
Thank you very much, Scott. Yes, I am feeling excited. I am feeling happy and joyful to be here with you. But how did I get here? How did I prepare to be here with you? And so what I'd like to say is there is a password. Just like you need a password to get onto anything today. There is a password. There is a key to success. There's a key to be the best you can be. And I can sum her up in one word, and that is you have a choice. What we're talking about here is don't consider your emotions like this wild animal that's out of control and has hijacked you and has taken you to places you don't want to go. Or you're not the person you want to be. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be jealous. I want to be good. I want to be kind. So here's what we're talking about. We're saying, yes, we have the power to make the right decisions, to control our emotions. So let me walk you through this story, okay? Because this is going to be more of a applied story, and you might use it as an analogy. See, this is Tom. Okay, everybody see Tom? Tom is a pitcher. So here in America, we love baseball. And now this is Tom, okay? Now, if you know a little bit about baseball, you see Tom is there and all you see is Tom, but really there's thousands of people around Tom. And you know they're noisy. And some people are cheering, yay, go Tom. And some people are boo, boo, okay? Now, Tom is under a lot of, what's that word? A lot of stress. He can't afford to be stressed and to be distracted. So let's walk through the process, how Tom can be the best pitcher and get the job done. What is he doing? He has to pitch. He has to throw the ball in a very narrow space. So step one is what we talk about is peace. what is peace? What kind of peace are we talking about? So I'd like to start with the word stop. So stop is a very important word in life. That means that we all have two pedals, like you have in your car. You have a gas pedal and you have a brake. And you need to use your brake in life. You do need to use your brake in life, otherwise you're going to crash. Stop. What is Tom doing now? Clear your mind and heart from all negative emotions. You see, Tom had a fight this morning with his brother, but he can't bring it to the game. So what is he going to do with that emotion? Well, you know you have the ability to move thoughts away. And so you can clear your mind and heart from negative emotions, because negative emotions is going to drain you, and it's going to make you feel heavy, and it's going to make you feel slow. It's going to make you feel less alive. Quiet down the noise and static in your head and in your surrounding. Suddenly, you know what Tom can do? He can shut down the noise. A lot of noise, yes, but in his mind, he's able to shh. He doesn't hear all the noise and the static and the lights and this he can quiet it all down. He frees himself from all pressures, fears, obsessions, and worries. He doesn't feel like he's stuck on any one thought or any one emotion. He's not obsessed with anything. Yes, my friends, this is actually an experience which you might call freedom. You free yourself. You have that ability to free yourself. He has to do it. He has to do it, and he's getting paid big money to do that. Now, Tom is feeling a sense of calm and peace of mind. And believe it or not, he's standing on that baseball mound, and he's so calm, and he's relaxed. He can breathe. He breathes very slowly. So now with a clear mind, it's like clearing your desk, clearing your table. You're clear to what? To focus, concentrate, to be fully aware, wholeheartedly, and whole mindfully available. Okay, so this is what we mean when we say step one, peace, peace of mind, peace of heart. Clear your mind and your heart from anything that's keeping you down. So that's what I needed to do to myself when I showed up today to you. How did I bring myself here? Can I be thinking about what's going on in the rest of my house? Or what am I going to do today? No, I'm here with you. I had to move all that away. So to start this conversation, to achieve our goal, step one was peace. Okay, so let's work with Tom here. He is already into that zone. Next slide. We now move into harmony. Can you see what's going on here? What's going on with this baseball player? Now he's got ready for the wind-up. This is the wind-up. You know what he's going to do? Listen to what he has to do. Every muscle in his body have to coordinate together. Not only every muscle, this entire body, mind, and spirit synchronized. You get yourself organized, you harmonize and put things in order. See, he has a special warm-up. You see that? His one arm goes back there. His front arm goes up here. His head is over there. His shoulders are there. His hips are here. But they're not just all over the place, haphazardly. Oh, no, no. They're all together in harmony, bringing the energy to be focused. So we have peace and harmony. And now what? Now it's joy. Next slide. What happens when you have joy? Yes, joy is the on button. Yes, there is an off button. Off button is like sadness, depression, melancholy, and anxiety. Those are off buttons. They turn you off buttons. Then there's an on button that, like Scott said, you feel energized. There's the spark of life. You feel energized, you're open, and you're alive. You know what happens? You transcend into a whole new existence. You're not even aware of yourself. You're out of your head because you're not focusing. How am I look? How do I move? How do people think of me? I'm not thinking of me. I'm focused on my job, on my goal, on my mission. You are one, united with the moment and with the ball. You can be light as a feather, sharp as a razor, and in the zone. That's the moment, the release and the revealing of the power that you all have. So we're talking about something that we all share, no matter who we are. And yes, how unique we are and how special we are. But this is a conversation we can all have together because guess what? We all have a head and we all have a heart. And we can share our experiences. And we can talk about the things that work for me and don't work for you, for me. So when I know that when I need to show up, okay, show up. Every day, you and I are asked to show up. Whether you're coming to work, whether you're coming to school, whatever you do, you show up. And when you show up, I want 100% of you. I want every cylinder in your mind and body to be well oiled and working on maximum. You really feel like you're flying. So here's a summary. Next slide, please. The key points that we emphasized here in the 3 steps that actually Tom or every player, right? In every sports. Now you can think of yourself and think of the 3 steps it's going to take. When you first stop, peace of mind, clear your mind and heart from all negative. Harmonize. Let me get together here, all together now. Every piece of me is focused. And then there's the release of energy. Whatever you do, you will do it much better. You and your family and everyone is special and unique. Your spirit needs to create a full and joyful life. Full and joyful life. It all starts with you. It's your choice and freedom. The big story, like Scott mentioned, is the mind. The mind is such a powerful thing. Utilize it to be the best you can be. Scott, back to you.
Well done, Yossi. Thank you. All right, we got a handful of slides we're going to go through quickly, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A. So next slide, please. All right. So here's the deal. Here's the opportunity you have. We've been talking really about ourselves, right? About how powerful our mind is, how the ability we have to find peace, harmony, joy in ourselves, to live our best lives. What's amazing is once you feel it within yourself, you now have the opportunity to help other people feel it with themselves too. And so with your mother, with your father, with your siblings, with your grandparents, when you're feeling peace, harmony, joy in yourself, you actually can feel with them. And here's some examples. You never have to have another fight again. Just because they might say something that is not nice doesn't mean you have to say something back. You can have peaceful relationships. Do not fight ever again with anybody who's close to you. That is the foundation for peace. A harmony is recognizing and appreciating that they're all special. Your mother, your father, your siblings, all your relatives, they are unique. They're like an orchestra. They all play different instruments. They have different opinions. They have different talents and gifts, but appreciate. They have gratitude for all that they bring to your family. And the joy, be in the moment with them. Again, don't be distracted when you're talking. Concentrate on what they're saying. You just really, truly enjoy the moments with them. You'll be amazed how you have these wonderful experiences with them, but just as importantly, how they will experience you in a very joyful way too. Next slide, please. Teams. Many of you may play sports. You may be on other types of teams. It's amazing. Again, if everybody played the same position, the team wouldn't do very good. One of the things that makes teams great is that people play different positions. They got different talents. Some people are fast. Some people are tall. Some people are big. Whatever it is. By the way, it doesn't have to be a sports team. It can be a science team. It can be any type of team. Again, respect your teammates. Appreciate that all their talents and gifts and be in the moment with them. You'll be amazed how much success you'll have together. Sometimes they call it chemistry, but that's one of the secrets to success of a great team. Two teams with equal talent, one team can do much more success because of having peace, harmony, and joy, having the chemistry with each other. Next slide, please. The workplace. Again, you have all these different types of people, all these different jobs that need to be done to make sure that the company is successful. Some people may have different opinions. Some people may not work as hard. Again, peace is the foundation. Respect everybody. There's never a reason to say a mean thing to anybody, never a reason to disrespect anybody. Create that foundation of peace. Appreciate everything that people bring to the team. Everybody brings something, and in fact, you want different people who are different from you on your team so they can play different instruments and make beautiful music with you together. And then again, be in the moment with them, have those joyful experiences, and have that great success that your team, and your workplace should have. Next slide, please. Communities. All right, so you're feeling peace, harmony, joy in yourself. You're feeling it with people close to you, your families, your teams, your work colleagues. Think about how this can have the ripple effect on your communities. Again, just because someone looks different than you, just because they speak differently than you, just because they're from a different place than you, doesn't mean you should not respect them. You should take the time to appreciate them, and you should have peace with them. Again, the harmony is, again, appreciating that all their different traditions, all their different cultures, all those different talents and gifts that they have from all the different parts of the world, your community that you live in, and other parts, everybody's bringing something special to it. Take the time to get to know the people in your community. Take the time to appreciate and understand all these different wonderful things that you have. It's just like a salad that has a lot of different ingredients in it. If it was just lettuce, not too good. But when you mix it in all these other things, it's so tasty, so zesty. So try to appreciate all the different things, all the different people in your community, and truly be in the moment with them so you can have those joyful experiences. Next slide, please. In the world. Again, we wrote the book. Since then, we have formed an organization called the Peace, Harmony, and Joy Alliance. Our mission is peace on earth. We truly believe that this is possible. And it's not because countries sign peace treaties. It's not because religious organizations, not because corporations. It's going to be because of people like you and me who truly feel peace, harmony, and joy in ourselves and with the people around us. And we come together and we truly transform this planet into a peaceful, harmonious place. That is our mission. And we believe it is possible and it is in the foreseeable future. Next slide, please. Again, you can learn more about us. Our organization is peaceharmonyjoy.org. If you're interested in getting involved, please contact us. You can get our book on Amazon. It's also on audiobook on Apple and Spotify. And, if we can ever help you, Sherry and Ray have our contact information. We'd love to make a difference and to help you have a better life. Thank you for your time today. And again, it's been an honor and a privilege.
Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. First of all, I personally feel so much more at ease, so much more calm just from listening to your words. I don't know how you both got so wise. And I want to thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. As you can tell, you're talking to youth all over the world. Now they may be able to take your message and send it on as a seed to other youth. And hopefully this will be the first webinar, not the only webinar, the first webinar that you have with Kectil to share these thoughts. I love the idea that peace is only going to come on a global basis when we all embrace these ideas. It has nothing to do with treaties. It has nothing to do with governments. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with people. It's people. It's us. And we can go a far way toward sending this message. It's incredible. So I have a couple. I'm going to start out with a couple of questions from me, and then we're going to open it up to questions from others. I know one thing that causes a lot of stress in people's lives is anger because you think somebody did you wrong. Okay, you think that somebody mistreated you, they ignored you, they hurt you. Maybe in the workplace, they disrespected you, or they did anything else. They could have even stolen from you. They could have done anything, but they've wronged you in some way. And then sometimes the anger or there's a feeling of revenge. I want to go out. I want to get this person back for what they did to me. Can you talk about those kind of feelings? How should we all deal with feelings of anger, revenge when we feel like we've been wronged?
Yeah, that's a biggie. And that's a hard one, right? And I think we've all felt it. And, it's lots of that is going on today in our world. Here's the thing we encourage you to think about. First off, they did you wrong. We're not trying to deny that they did you wrong. Let's assume it was a definite wrong. The question is, how do you handle it? How do you experience it? How does their wrong, whatever they said to you, whatever they took from you, how does it not hurt you even more than it already has? So that's the question. And, you can take the wrong and you can take it internally and you can lash out at them. You can go and want to fight them. You can go and want to go say mean things to them. You can do all these things to try to teach them and make them feel bad and make sure that it never happens again. Or you can choose a different route. Because those things are all going to cause stress. Those things are all going to cause anxiety, and they're all kind of negative. The question is, can you turn a negative into a positive? Can you think about what they did, and can you say to yourself, first off, my mind is powerful, and I am not going to let somebody else take the joy from me. Now, again, they did something wrong to you. Like, how can they not take the joy from you? Well, there is a way. Can you first off take a deep breath? Can you say, hey, they took this, they said that, but they've got their own issues. They did it for their own reasons, but it's not me. That's not who I am. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel good no matter what's going on around me. Can you appreciate that you have your life, your family, you have Kectil. Can you just think about good things in your life and find some calm? Can you find some harmony at that moment? Can you say, hey, I'm gifted. I've got special place on this planet. I want to continue to do my mission, my purpose on this planet. And I want to be in the moment. I want to feel joy. Can you feel good about yourself? And then when you're feeling good about yourself, can you then turn your attention to the other person and say, hey, in your mind, I know what they did was wrong, but it doesn't mean that I have to do a wrong too. Now, maybe the law says I should punish them. Maybe saying something mean to them will make me feel better. But the question is there another way? Is there the peace, harmony, and joy approach way that actually longer term will make the world a better place, will make my life a better life? And so can you say, if you're in a fight with them, or if you're going to talk to them, can you say, hey, what you did was wrong. I don't appreciate it, but do it in a calm manner, and just say, I appreciate you if you didn't do that again, or if you can give whatever you took from me back. Can you do it in a respectful, peaceful way? From a harmonious perspective, think about what's going on in their life. Why did they do it? Are they starving? Is that why they stole from you? Are they in pain? Do they have something bad going on in their life? Is that why they said something mean to you? What is going on with them? I would encourage you to think about a lot, if not most of the time, someone does something to you, it's not because of you, it's because of something else going on in their life. And by the way, if they're lashing out or doing something to you, they're probably doing it to a lot of other people. So try to think about how you can help them and make music together. And joy, again, is about being in the moment with them. Really think, really truly from a place of passion, of compassion, and love. Can you help these people to live better lives? When you think about it that way, I think you can actually turn a bad into a good. And by the way, forgiveness is one of the hardest things for so many people. But I will promise you, forgiveness is also one of the hardest things on your body. It is like carrying a weight on your back. And if you don't forgive, and if you can forgive, you will feel just this amazing amount of energy and power within yourself. Doesn't mean forget. If someone steals or someone says something, it doesn't mean you have to forget what they did, but forgiveness, because they are living their challenging lives, and you don't need to hold on to whatever they did. You can actually work on yourself and with others to have peaceful, harmonious, joyful experiences, no matter what it is. And by the way, if you need to bring the police in or whatever it is, there's also that element of it. But I'm talking about within yourself and with them as people. You have an opportunity to impact, because of your mind, every experience that you have with peace, harmony, and joy.
No, I think that's a wonderful answer. I know Yossi has comments too. But unconditional forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you really feel wronged and you're really angry. But unconditional, immediate forgiveness, those are 3 words: unconditional, immediate forgiveness. Very difficult. But you can think of anytime somebody does something wrong to you, you can treat that as an opportunity for an exercise. You have to practice. Remember, being happy is a skill set. So when somebody does something wrong to you, instead of getting mad at them, say, wow, I've just been given an opportunity to practice my skill set of unconditional forgiveness. This person has given me a gift of practicing for a skill. Okay, so look in your lives and look at anyone who's done anything wrong to you or anything you've been mad at, and practice your skill set of unconditional forgiveness. It'll make you feel great. And I know, Yossi, you have comments too.
Yeah, well, both Scott and Sherry, you sent some amazing points. I'd just like to talk maybe a little bit more about the common anger issues, the common meaning, not the world affairs, but what's going on at home. Somebody might say something to us, somebody might say something to me. It happens every single day. And first, let's just understand what's going on. What's the mechanism here? You see, at very, very basic, we are survival. We want to survive. And as survival, if somebody is attacking me, I lash out. I have to defend myself. All right. So what's happening in our subconscious mind is that I feel somebody just attacked me. And attacking me doesn't have to be physical. It can mean that they said something that makes me feel less of, that it's belittling, it's denigrating, right? So I feel attacked. And that's where all this emotion comes up. Emotions like what? I need to fight back, fight, flight, or whatever happens. So let's take another look at that. At what? Is that person, in fact, is that true? Is that person putting you down? Again, I'm not talking about all cases, but I think there's a lot of times when we ourselves are making it up. What does that mean, making it up? I'm interpreting what that person said. That person could be your loved. You be your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, or if you have some significant relationships, they can say things and you get upset, but they didn't mean it that way. See, the way I like to see it is this, is that my heart is right here, right? My heart is here in my chest. That's where your heart is. That's where your emotions are, right? Now, your emotions are in your heart. Now, your heart doesn't have eyes. So your heart always has to ask your brain, excuse me, brain, what's going on? Can you tell me what's going on? Like, I don't have eyes. The brain has eyes. It's in the head. So head has to inform the heart what's going on. So if brain says, enemy, 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 and heart says, oh no, quick, fight, let's do something. But if brain says, friend, heart says, oh, let's get closer. So you see is that why humans are so special versus animals, right? Animals are kind of horizontal, brain and heart are almost on the same level. In fact, when they eat, their head goes lower than their heart. But humans are on the level where the brain, the head is king and controls. It's the master of the heart. So we're talking about the control, the choice you have. And so, Sherry, to talk about the insults and the comments that people make, we just need to do this exercise again and say, wait a minute, stop. What did they just really say? Not what I think they said, because we're going to interpret things in so many different ways.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
What we have a in the chat. This to me is really big and hard. The question of how do you forgive someone when you're in a war zone, and like your family has been, someone in your family has been killed. I mean, it's easy for me and Yossi to talk about peace, harmony, and joy, right? But we're not living in war zones. I'll just simply say this. First off, we don't know what it's like to live in a war zone, and so I don't, want to say that we're the experts of what peace, harmony, and joy looks like in a war zone. However, I would suggest that that you can apply these concepts. That you can, first off, with all the stuff going on around you, you can think about how you want to live your life. You are this amazing person. You have this power inside of you to live peace, harmony, and joy. You truly do. And again, we're talking war zones at the moment, but there's lots of other things going on in people's lives. There's deaths, there's sicknesses, there's all these things going on. Why do these things happen? I don't know. But I and Yossi still encourage you to think about how you can feel in these moments, because you don't have to let them make them feel bad. You have the ability to control and appreciate what you have, find calm, your gifts. You have be in the moment. You still have the ability to do all those things. And then is it about forgiving people that have killed people in your family? we're not gonna say that, that's not the topic for this conversation, but I will just simply say this. Wars are a terrible thing, but remind yourself there's both sides think they're right. There's all these reasons going on. It's no different than an argument. And I think it's terrible that people are killed in war. And I think the question is there a way that we can feel good in ourselves, peace, harmony, joy, feel good with people around us that are close to us, and then ultimately the ripple effect? Because as Sherry was saying, I mean, if we can all be feeling peace, harmony, and joy, maybe we can have better relations with people who are fighting against us. Maybe we can help the peace process. And that's, ultimately our goal. And the only way to ever do that is to forgive them, to understand that there was a big argument. People didn't know that there was another way to solve it. Maybe we can try this approach. Sherry, back to you.
I know. Okay. It goes back to what you said. We're going to solve world peace on an individual basis, not on a government basis, not on any other institutional basis. It's going to be on these kind of ideas that actually get something done. And I think that's what Kectil's all about. That's what peace, harmony, joy is all about. You two are a blessing and a gift to the world, and to spread these ideas. And we really appreciate it. I know there's some youth here who have questions. So if you have a question for Scott and Rabbi Yossi, please raise your hand, and okay, we'll go to the first question. Now, remember, we have a lot of people here, so please keep your questions somewhat short so that as many people as possible can ask questions and get some responses. Okay, so Alex, would you like to go first? And keep your question succinct, please. And tell us what country you're from. Right before you answer the question, what country?
Thank you very much. I'm Alex from Nigeria. I've been following.
I think we're having a hard time.
Can you hear me clearly?
We're hearing you better now. You're having bad internet connection.
Sorry, can you hear me clearly?
Not very clearly, no.
Okay, so my question.
Okay, go ahead,
right,
please.
I'll go on. I don't know if you can, but let me just go on. So my question, I'm Alex from Nigeria. Okay, so I'm Alex from Nigeria, and I've been following the discussion, and I found it really, really insightful. I want to thank Sherry, Scott, Ray,
Yeah.
and you.
Alex, we're having a hard time hearing you.
For sharing your various wisdom. So my first question is, in what ways can we use peace, harmony, and joy approach to improve our relationships?
Yeah, this is Alex. Yeah, you have a very difficult connection.
Sorry, can you?
No, we can't hear you. If you can please maybe get out and get back in, and in the meantime, we'll take another question, or you can put your question in the chat box, because you're having a difficult, internet connection here. We'd love to have your question. So either type it in the chat box or come in. Thank you. Tamana from Afghanistan, please. What is your question?
Hello, do you have my voice?
Yes, we sure do. And always love to have our colleagues from Afghanistan here.
Hello, everyone. Ms. Sherry, esteemed guest. Firstly, I want to thanks for this insightful webinar. I truly learned a lot, and I'm grateful to be here with you today. Before asking my question, I just want to say that after tough restriction on girls' education in my country, I just have started a book sharing program where I provide free books for girls, and this include also psychological books and different kind of books, and creating them for them a space that they could share their thoughts and also their writing. One thing is about these girls and also other girls in my country is this, that most of them felt overwhelmed by hopelessness and stress, facing an uncertain future and deprived of their fundamental rights. So my question is this, that how can these girls find way to stay positive amidst this challenge and uncertainty? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Tamana. Yossi, would you like to start with your answer?
Are you kidding me? Yes, my dear. You know, I often have a problem on this. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
I often have a problem answering a very simple question. When somebody asks me, hey, Yossi, how are you? Now, how do you answer a simple question? How are you? I mean, what's the answer to that question? You know, if you want to be just politically correct, or you just want to avoid the question, you say good, okay. Or if you want to go into a long discussion, you're going to sit down for hours and answer the question. So how do you simply answer a simple question? How are you? So I'm just telling you how I have figured out, or how I found a right answer, and that is, it's just right. It's just right. What I believe, and I work on this, is that whatever's happening to me right now is just right for me. It's what I need, Yossi. It's my life. It's my experience. It's my story. It's my history. I don't say it's good. I can't tell you it's good. I can't tell you it's all bad. So how do I summarize an answer when somebody says, how are you? You know, there's a Hebrew word that they use, and the word is beseder. Beseder means it's similar to the word it's all right. It's all right. Not right and wrong, right, but it's right for me. So I feel your pain, Tamana, I feel your pain. And if I may say this, is that pain is a part of life. I think there's a difference between pain and stress. I do think so. Pain is a part of life. And you know why we have pain? Because pain is a tremendous motivator. Even more motivating, more powerful than joy is the motivation that comes from what? From pain. Ask yourself, what happens when I hurt myself? I'm in pain. I need to do something now. And so why is it then that you have pain and somebody else does not have pain? Why is it that some people are rich and some people are poor? Why is it that some people are healthy and some people are not? I don't know the answer, my dear friends. And I can sit up and think about this all day long. You know what's going to happen? I'm not going to get anywhere because I'm not going to know the answer. So why even bother asking the why question when I won't have the answer? What do I need to know right now? You know what I need to know right now? Is what the life that I have is just right for me.
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I'm here for.
Mhm, mhm. And I might even add to that, Rabbi Yossi, and say, Tamana, we understand that the women in Afghanistan are really living under a situation of gender apartheid right now. But one thing you do have is you have us. You have all of us. You have the Kectil organization. You have people around the world who love you. You're not alone. And there's a great feeling of knowing that you're not alone and that people understand that you're going through a very difficult time right now. And that's one of the reasons why Kectil exists, is so that you're actually part of a network of youth from all around the world who all love you. And we all understand what you're going through. And hopefully you'll take some peace and harmony and joy from the fact that you have a global family who loves you. Okay. Macram, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, and you could tell us what country you're from, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm from Sudan, but currently I'm in Kenya, joining from Kenya.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. My question is regarding peace and harmony. I'm trying to relate the discussion based on what's happening currently in Sudan when it comes to situation of peace. So my question is in regard to, can force or power can be used so that to bring peace within the community? Because I'm trying to say in my country, it's like power is this fundamental tool that is being used to bring peace at some point. So thank you.
Yeah, and Macram, we're, as both Scott and Robert Yossi have talked about today, we're focusing today on personal issues, not geopolitical or country issues or war issues. We're focusing on ourselves. And so I don't think we're here today to have answers about global politics or war or how to solve the greater problems. Maybe that'll be another webinar. Maybe we'll have part 2 on how to solve all the
Thank you.
problems in the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we don't have all the answers today on this webinar about all the problems in Sudan or Afghanistan or any other country that's calling in that has big problems, which we acknowledge. We want to personally heal ourselves. And if we personally heal ourselves using these wonderful tactics and training and exercises of peace, harmony, and joy, then it will spread. So today we're looking at personal happiness. And then on another one, we'll look maybe at global issues. So I think we'll go on to thank you for your question. And of course, we love all of our colleagues in Sudan. Okay, Liel, you have a question. And will you tell us what country you're from, please?
Okay, thank you very much. It was a very nice presentation, and I learned many things from that. And I just want to say thank you. I'm from Ethiopia. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, and my question is, how is it really possible to maintain mental peace and calmness? Because I usually witness myself as sometimes I'm really good at maintaining my mental peacefulness, and sometimes I'm really good at maintaining my calmness and my mind state as well. But sometimes I just find myself that I'm not able to control it. And there's some sort of on and off issues, and regardless of the external sources, I just sometimes try to maintain myself in a very such calm state, and I try to make myself very happy, and I try to inspire others. But sometimes I just fail to do that, and this on and off thing, it just made me to believe that I'm not really good at maintaining mind peacefulness, and I was just about to just stop doing this kind of things because I find myself that I'm not really consistent in this kind of thing. So how is it really possible to maintain this state? I think you got my question.
That's a great question. And honestly, I think there are so many people in the world today that are just trying to survive. Joy is not even something that they can even barely consider. They're just, again, trying to get through the day with all the different bad things that are going on in their lives. And some of these people have tried things like this, like you, and they've struggled. It hasn't been easy. Here's what I would suggest. This approach to having a better life is just like anything else that you learn. I mean, you may learn to read and write. You may learn to speak a language. You may learn to cook. You may learn a sport. You may learn anything. When you first do it, you're not very good. I mean, it's hard. It could be stressful even. It's amazing when you really consistently work on something, if you just keep trying and trying and trying. And I think Sherry said it well earlier. I mean, it's like a muscle, and you just practice it, and it's just, you'd be amazed, if you work on anything, if you work on it consistently, you will get better at it. And if you could get 1% better at it every day, a 0.5% better at it every day, I mean, just imagine if you worked on it every day, how many percentages you'd be better in a week, in a month, in a year, and how you could truly live this type of life. Again, you can't control all the things that are going on outside of your body, but you can control your body. Your mind is powerful, but you got to train it. You got to work on it. And this works. There are so many people that we have been able to help who have had really, really challenging lives. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Scott. That's great. And we can, as we said, and you have very aptly said, every adversity is actually an opportunity. You don't get better in sports unless you practice. You don't get better at peace, harmony, and love unless you have adversity. You have to have it in order to practice your skill set, in order to practice forgiveness, to practice love, to practice peacefulness within you. So every time you see something bad happening in your life, think of it as, wow, okay, now I can practice my new skill set. And then you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Okay, Yanita.
Can I just share?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Liela, this is something that I found about myself, and that is, if I eat too much sugar, I'm out of control, emotionally out of control. I will snap. I will get angry. I will blow up. And so I kind of noticed that about myself, that and this could be sugar, could be so many other things, that if you kind of, it's a healthy issue. We're talking about healthy, and we're talking about not just mental health, emotional health, but we're also talking about your body. Your body is talking to you. So just a personal experience that when I'm feeling out of control, I got to check my sugar levels.
Mm. It's a very good point.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Hello, I'm Janita Gul from Pakistan.
Yes, okay, Juanita from Pakistan, we're ready for your question.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Which year's team's performance was the best for you, and why did you like it?
Great. Can you say that one more time so we can understand what she was asking?
Did you hear that right? What's something? Can you repeat your question, please, Juanita?
Yes. Which year's team performance was the best for you, and why did you like it?
Which years?
Azim, can you help us? We have struggles understanding. Oh, Ahmed. Oh, Janita, can you also, if you type your question in the chat, we can also read that out loud. Because of the connection, I think we have struggles hearing you.
Yes, I
Clear.
think she's asking about like kind of performance of any team and which one like we liked it, but I think the question is not complete. If she could write in chat box would be great. Thank you.
Okay, okay, great. Do we have anyone else who has a question at the moment?
We have question in the
Nahi.
chat box.
Okay.
Sherry,
Yes, okay. Do we have it?
No, I think you can go ahead with Nahid.
Okay, Nahid from Afghanistan, would you like to ask your question?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. First of all, thank you from Mr. Scott and Yossi for their wonderful speech. And my question is about how can we overcome our irresponsibility and become more responsible so that we can have better control over our lives and achieve our goals. Because according to my experience, irresponsibility can also lead to stress.
Yeah, that's a great question. And again, I think it's understanding yourself, understanding that you are special, that you are important, that you are talented, that you have these gifts, and again, even remembering how you felt when you were a child, how you felt joy, again, peace, harmony, and joy. So just believing in yourself, I think is a really important element of this. And then in terms of being responsible for yourself, if you're not going to be responsible for yourself, who is? I mean, if you're not gonna try to live your best life, then who's going to live it for you? You have it inside of you, I promise you. And it was there, when you were born. And the question is, are you going to utilize what you learn and try to live your best life? I think we're all responsible for that. And if we do that, if we're responsible for living our own best life based on what we know, we also, I would suggest that we're responsible for trying to share with the world and try to help the world be a better place. And so I just encourage everybody to take responsibility for themselves and then try to take responsibility for the positive influence they can have with the people close to them, their communities, and the rest of the planet. Yossi, anything you want to add to that?
Yes, something I think is really important to my life, and I think I can share this with all of you, especially when you're in your younger age, and that is to have a mentor. Each one of us, you should, I encourage you to find a person that is your mentor. You see, the problem is that we're biased to ourselves. We just don't see ourselves. We have a blind spot, right? So you really can't judge yourself. Is this too much? Is this too little? Can I take on more? Have I done enough? All these questions we have about ourselves, we question ourselves, we doubt ourselves. Please understand that the fact that you can sit down with a person, a mentor. And now, who's your mentor? Of course, we can have a whole class about the right person, but you will find the right person. I know you will find the right person. And speak to that person. It could be a family member, it could be your mother or father, it could be somebody else outside. But that person looks at you with all honesty and says, and I know you. And I therefore want to point out some things that you might have more talent that you think you're stronger than you think you have, or that person might say that's not for you. So I am just encouraging all of you. This is a part of peace, harmony, and joy. It's a part of being a healthy human being, is have a coach, a mentor.
Yeah, absolutely. Great words of wisdom. Thank you. I think Juanita came back and said that her question was, what kind of skills from the team performance in particular are helpful? I think it went back to your slide on teams. And so if you'd like to talk about just say something about team performance as a whole. I think that's what she was asking.
Okay, I think, Scott, that's your point.
Yeah. So, I will tell you, there are a lot of skills that are valuable for teams. One of the best is communication. And I'll even get a little deeper in communication, listening. It's amazing how often we don't hear other people the way they intended us to hear. And Yossi touched on that earlier. If you can, and it's not just about being in the moment and like hearing the words, but it's like hearing like the emotion. It's like hearing their true meaning. And it's especially important with people who you know really well. And I say teams, I'm even going to talk about your family members. So many times we have stress with our family members and our teammates at work or our sports teammates because we know them so well. And in fact, we know what they're going to say before they even say it. We've heard them say it a million times. We know what they're going to say, and it just really frustrates us and infuriates us. It causes so much stress. And I encourage you to try this technique we talk about in our book called listening from not knowing. Talk to that person like you've never met them before. Think about how it is when you meet someone for the first time and the conversation you have, because you really don't know what they're going to say, and you really listen, like you really try to understand who they are and what they're talking about. If you try that with somebody, it could be your mother, your father, a sibling, a work colleague, could be anybody that you talk to a lot and you are frustrated with, try to listen to them like you've never talked to them before. And I will bet you will hear things and you will understand them in ways that you've never had before. And that will almost guaranteed help the relationship and help you to have more peaceful, harmonious, joyful experiences with them.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Okay, we're actually coming to a close. We're going to take one more question. That will be from Constance. So Constance, if you can tell us what country you're from and what your question is, and then we'll close out.
Thank you very much, Sherry. I'm Constance Joetter, and I'm from Liberia. So again, thank you to Scott and Yossi. One of the things that was mentioned, and my concern is, what can one do if they feel less safe with both themselves and their surrounding? It's often easier said than done, but how can an individual stay positive in a negative situation, especially if that situation is from someone you quote unquote trust?
Yossi?
Okay. Okay. I am assuming that you're talking about, and again, this is all coming from assumptions, understanding a person's question, that someone has hurt you, or you're surrounded by perhaps negative people and are affecting your emotions, your feelings. Wow. I truly wish I had an answer, and the magical answer, and to be able, actually, I wish I can take all your pain and suffering away right now. All I can tell you, my dear, is it's your life, it's your health, and you do have a choice. Ask yourself, what's in my head? Ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Ask yourself, what's taking up the space on my screen, on my brain? That's all you can control. What channel is your TV screen on? And you have the power to change the channel. You have the power to change the narrative. And to decide that I want to live a happy life. What does happiness and joy look like? Well, in general, as we discussed here, it just means that I'm functioning fully, I'm on the flow, I'm in the zone. And that is within our power, in our hands. Some of us have, again, more challenges than others. And the fact that you have these challenges actually makes me respect you more. Because you wouldn't have these challenges if you were not capable of dealing with them. The reason others don't have such challenges because it's simply they wouldn't be able to deal with this type of stress. So when you have extra challenges, I respect that because that means you have so much power and potential to make a good life for yourself. Protect yourself, protect your health, protect your surrounding. If you're feeling you're in the wrong crowd, this place that you're in, your workplace or whatever place you're in is a negative force, a negative environment. If you can choose to change it, then that would be a good idea. So again, don't do it alone. Find a good mentor, discuss it with him or her, and make a plan to life.
Thank you. Yossi. Scott, do you have final comments?
To that question, I would simply say, take the time to understand. It sounds like you may have someone who you trust who has done you wrong. And I would take the time to try to, in a peaceful, calm way, first find peace, harmony, joy in yourself. You come to this person feeling good about yourself, but come to them in a peaceful, harmonious, joyful way to understand them better. Again, something must be going on in their life. If you trust this person, like what happened? Did you misunderstand them? Are they going through a tough time? I mean, what is going on here? And I like what Yossi said. It wasn't given to you if you couldn't handle it. And Sherry touched on it earlier. Every experience, everything is an opportunity to learn and grow. And I would encourage you to think about this as an opportunity and to strengthen a relationship, to learn about other people, to learn about yourself, to come at it with peace, harmony, and joy. There's so many positives that can come from it. And by the way, we all have people who we trust who do things that we're like, why did you do that to me? And I can't tell you how many times it was unintended, or they had something going on in their life, or there was something that could be done to help them and to help us. So I encourage you to try these concepts, and you will be amazed by the power that they have for you, for the people close to you, and for all the people that you will come in contact with. It is in you to truly have a wonderful life and to help others do the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are great comments. And kind of, I would just add to those comments that when you're in a negative environment, you also want to think about, is that an environment that is optional to you, or is that an environment that is required? A required environment would be your home, your parents, your immediate family. You will always have them. If you're in a negative environment, which is an optional environment, which means your friends or maybe even your workplace or something else, which is causing you a lot of stress, and there are very serious, negative environments. Sometimes it makes sense to question, should I allow myself to continue to be in this negative environment that is optional? If you're in a negative environment that is one that will be with you forever, your family, then of course you practice all the skills that Rabbi Yossi and Scott have taught you today, which are in the book. But let's not forget that some negative environments are optional. I've been in, either in groups of friends, even in school, after school, maybe in work environments, that I get into them and I realize after a while, this is a very negative environment. This is not healthy for me. This is not a good environment for me. Then you need to have the personal strength to take yourself out of a negative environment and put yourself into a positive environment. If that means changing a job, changing the friends that you're with, or other colleagues or something. It takes a lot of strength sometimes to take yourself out of a negative environment and put yourself into a positive environment. But that's part of self-protection. And it's very important. Wow. What a webinar we have had today. I mean, this has been so deep and provoking and calming and has caused so much understanding, as well as thought about how we can get joy in our lives, You know, this is the best of Kectil. And we want to thank our speakers, Scott and Yossi, for joining us today and leading us through these very, very important conversations. If we don't have personal peace in our lives, of course, we can never ripple that out into even community peace or even further than that. But the most important thing is to realize you are in control of your own personal peace, your own personal harmony, your own personal joy. It's a skill set. You're not born with it. It's a skill set. And this book that was written by Scott and Yossi, it gives you the tools. And it's practicing just like you have to practice a sport or practice education or practice anything you're doing. It's a sport. And you will all be better off if you practice the skills that Scott and Yossi taught you today. And it's wonderful just to take the time that we have today to think about these things, because a lot of times they're not thought about during the week. We get too busy being stressed to think about stress. So that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So we have to step back, take a deep breath, and say, wow, what do we want in our lives? And then be practicing all these wonderful skills. So thank you so much. I hope this is the beginning of a number of webinars that you give to us. You've touched youth all over the world today, and hopefully that will have a ripple effect with all of their colleagues and friends and family members. I can't thank you enough. It's just been fantastic. And you can tell from all of the comments that have been in the chat box how much you are appreciated, and you are loved by Kectil. So thank you. Okay. So we will say goodbye, and hopefully we'll do this again soon. Thank
We
you.
look forward to it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Everybody the best. Yes.
Yeah, bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.